Yo, buddy, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video on Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. It's been a long time, but I'm back, baby, because I did some amazing stuff yesterday or this morning or at midnight, however you want to look at it. But man, I tell you what, I have been listening to all of your talks about how to do swords and how to max out memory chips, and I gotta be completely honest with you, I had no idea what in the world you guys were talking about until this morning. I can't wait to tell you about how I came across this great knowledge and show you this amazing friggin' sword that I have. Oh my god! Somebody on Twitter said this is literally the best sword in the game. I'm just so happy with it. Let's get right into the video. Alright, you dudes, now first and foremost, I gotta give credit where the credit is due. I know everybody has been giving me hints and tips and helpful information, but this person's information, by far, for this video, was the best information. Here it is right here. So, big shout out to the homie Dragonfly. Now, this information is on the video that I uploaded previous to this one, so if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I wanted to do this. I had an idea to take this information and make a video for each and every of the new swords in the DLC based off this information. So I went and checked this sword first to see if it worked, and it actually did work, and it was actually pretty amazing. So this is me showing you the location of where that sword is, where this cursed rune is. See where that chest is at, where that red dot is? That is exactly where you got to go in the Icy Frontier. Was that the name of this place? I really don't even know. So that's where you go, and that's where I'm at right now, fighting this level 255 cursed rune. This is on extreme mode. At least I hope it's extreme mode. I didn't check before I started playing today, but level 255, yeah, that's got to be extreme mode with this cursed rune. I went in there with the Photon blade and pistols at first, and I realized my folly. I mean, I did it because my Photon blade and pistols is kind of overpowered and my NPCs were kind of trash. But eventually what I realized what works really, really good is just using an old assault rifle or maybe even a sniper rifle. But I got that. That was my second try. Somebody on Twitter told me that that was actually very, very rare for me to get that legendary drop. And that was my second try at the cursed rune. And I got legendary drop to drop for the new sword. I'm going to show you really quick. There it is right there. Unappraised sword. That's the new one. The only unappraised sword I got. Here's me at Agil or whatever, the bald black guy. And this is the sword. I'm going to appraise it, and here it is right here. The rank 11 Dojikiri Yasutsuna F9 Kai. Now, once I got this weapon, I saw all the memory chips, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my god, my headphones just dropped. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, that's a lot of memory chips. And it's rank 11 too. What can I do to fix this sword up? Now, I did a thing, right? I know that you guys in the comments have always been trying to tell me what to do. And you ever had that thing where people are telling you one thing and you think you understand it, but in actuality, you really don't. But at the time, you think you get exactly what they're saying. Like, people are always telling me you got to go back and forth to the weapon seller shop, the predatory general shop, to get, you know, the weapons that you have chips in it. And I'm like, well, why do you got to do that? Like, I don't understand. You're just going to do that for like one chip, and you can just look at your inventory for random drops. Now I get it. So this is the process that I went through today. You know how a little bit ago I was saving up all of my big beautiful diamonds to raise up some item? Well, I spent all that money because I figured out exactly what it is to raise a sword. Each of these swords memory chips, when you unlock them, you can literally bring those things to max. To the max, whatever they go. I think I've raised up critical rate, critical damage, weapon attack, and experience. I wish I would have unlocked the versus mechs, but I didn't even think to do that. I was just thinking critical rate, critical damage, and weapon attack. Those are the things I was thinking about. And before I knew it, I couldn't even do the versus mech anymore. And I thought it was okay at 22. That's really why I didn't do it. So I left trade value alone. I don't know. I screwed up a little bit, but I feel like I still did okay with this sword. You know what I mean? So basically what I had to do, and this is crazy. I'm going to just tell you the process. So I got the sword, right? And I was thinking to myself, okay, so boom, what I got to do now is unlock the memory chip that holds the thing I want. I want to do critical rate first, or critical damage, whichever one. So I unlocked the memory chip for critical rate or critical damage. We'll just say critical rate for the purposes. And then I looked in my inventory for a weapon that had a high critical rate. So I saw that I had one with a high critical rate, and I put it on there, and it unlocked the critical rate shit, right? I know this is all old information for those of you who know, so please, in the comments, STFU about, wow, you didn't know this already, you're lame, how long you've been playing this game. I didn't, okay? I just didn't. So if you could hold your comments of criticisms and, you know, whatever, I'd appreciate it. I'm just explaining this for the people who are just getting the game and they don't know, because I didn't know. So if I didn't know, there's a good chance other people didn't know. All right, sorry, I just had to say that and get that out of the way because, you know, the comments are toxic. All right, so basically, critical rate. I had, let's just say, a 10 at the critical rate, right? So, or 10%. So then I said, okay, now I need to find another weapon that has critical rate as well. So then what I said, okay, boom, this weapon over here, just the random number, has a 12 critical rate on it. Now what happens when I take this critical rate at a 10 that I have, right, and I change it to like trade value or something else. So I changed it to like trade value or ammo capacity or something else, and then I took the critical rate of 12 and put it on in place of the trade value, and that worked. And I was like, oh damn, that works like that. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. Now what were these people talking about when they were like, oh, you got to go to the weapon seller and just keep going back and forth and refreshing to see the things? So I went back there and I pressed R2 on the thing and put it on critical rate, and lo and behold, every so often there would be a weapon that would have like a really high critical rate. So I'm like, damn, I never saw anything that was like over the 12 number, but I saw ones that were like 11, some that were 10, you know, whatever like that. So basically what I did was, you know what I should really do? I'm going to go back and sell all those big, beautiful diamonds and sapphires and rubies and all that stuff. So I have like 400 million credits or something like that. I had a lot of credits. So I bought like 40 of those weapons that had the high critical rate, right, at like a 10. So then, and also too, I ran out of unlocking or transformation chips, so I had to go keep buying like max of those. I did that a couple of times. So then what I had to do was I went back to Elizabeth's shop, and once I'm at Elizabeth's shop, I kept upping the percentage with the weapon that had 10. Now, keep in mind, I bought like 30 of those weapons at one time that had 10%, so my critical rate keeps going up until eventually it maxed out at like 30.80 or something like that. And I was like, wow, so you can really do this. Now, this was at, I'm going to say this was at 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, something like that, and I was ready to make the video there, explaining the whole process. But then I was like, nah, man, the gamer inside of me ain't gonna let it ride like that. Right here, you're seeing me. This is the sword that I made, and I'm fighting with the Hakai. And I did another battle too. I did another battle with one of the new monsters in the Icy Frontier. Now I'm gonna show you that probably tomorrow for a video for a boss battle. I did a lot of boss battles today, so I can show you exactly what's good. But anyways, continuing on with the story. I said I gotta do it for everything. So I had one open, you know, weapon or memory chip there, and I think that was for like overheat or something like that. So I changed that to the highest experience point that I could find. So I put experience points on this weapon to gain more experience. I put the critical rate, critical damage, and weapon attack, and I maxed those out as much as I could. That means I went back to the weapon seller and found a weapon that had the most. If I think it was the experience point 1. There was a weapon that the weapon seller had that was higher than the thing that I had on the sword already. So I went ahead and changed that to like, I don't know, something. I changed it to something else, and then I put the new memory chip in its place because it was already unlocked. So I had the higher, you know, point value, and then I just went ahead and kept doing the same process over again. Now you're gonna need to keep getting transformation chips, because the weapons that you're taking the memory chip from, sometimes they're going to be unlocked, sometimes they're not going to be unlocked. So you just have to keep doing that, because several times I'd run out of, you know, the transformation chips or unlock chips, whichever the one it was. I think it's transformation chips, and I had to go keep buying those. So I did that for each one of those things and maxed it out. And once I did that, I was left with this feeling of, wow, I actually am a dumbass. you ever get that? That just, wow, these people were trying to explain this to me the entire time, and I thought I understood when I really didn't. So then once I got finished doing all of that, I was at this point, well, damn, I've been doing this wrong for like ever. Now I want to go to every weapon that I own and do this. But then I started looking at my memory chips. You know, I only have like 100 big, beautiful diamonds left, and I kind of want to keep those for a rainy day. I have no more credits left. I kind of can't. So what I'm going to resign to do is every weapon that I get from this point on, I will do that for. And I will probably specifically have to go and grind rubies and jewels and emeralds and diamonds so I can completely do that. But man, oh man, this weapon versus anything, the crits, they just keep coming, and they're big numbers too. Now, a dude on Twitter told me that this is probably the best sword that I can get, while the dude on YouTube in the comments, the Dragonfly, in that comment that I showed you earlier, he said that the best weapon that you can get for crit is going to be inside the Icicle Prison. I don't know. So I guess I always ask you guys a question before the end of these videos, so here's the question. Who was telling the truth? Was Dragonfly telling the truth that the best critical weapon that you can get is in the Icicle Prison, or was the guy on Twitter? He said that the reason why this is the best weapon that you can get, this one specifically, is because it comes with a base 10% critical rating on it without you doing anything. I don't know what that means. I don't. He tried to explain it to me, but we've already demonstrated that I am actually a dumbass, and I think that I know things when I really don't. So funny. Man, I hate to like self-deprecate like this, but it's the truth. Sometimes you gotta admit when you're just wrong, and sometimes you gotta admit when you're just dumb as hell, and this is just one of those times. I'm just dumb as hell, bro. I thought I knew. This opens up so many more things. The game is brand new to me right now. Like, everything changes now. Now, I shouldn't have a problem doing anything when it comes to damage. Like, these Hakai brothers, destroying them. Now I kind of understand why Buddy in that one video just kept doing the sharp nail over and over again, doing those big numbers, probably because he maxed his weapon out like super early with the damage versus mechs and, you know, the crits or whatever like that. He did all of that stuff, and I didn't do it. All those weapons, like, I feel so stupid now. Like, I legitimately really want to go and delete all the videos that I made talking about weapons and raising them and doing all that stuff like that, because I was hella wrong. Now I see why y'all was roasting me in the comments like that. I feel bad now for cussing y'all out for roasting me. But anyways, listen. I don't know if you guys want to see the rest of this battle. I can just remember like a couple of comments a couple of months ago, people saying, yeah, Ventus, we just want to see you do some boss battles. I'm out of breath, and I want to get back to playing Apex Legends, because that's literally what it is. Listen, if you haven't started playing Apex Legends, play Apex. That game is good. The game is addictive. It's fun. It's better than Fortnite. To me, it's a little bit better than Blackout, because Blackout has a little bit too much armor, a little bit too much TTK. I know this is an anime, gaming, Sword Online channel, whatever like that, but listen. Knuckleheads. Yep, knuckleheads. You guys like other types of games, right? I know there may be a couple of you weirdos who only play one game, and that's all you got your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox, is just to play one game, and as soon as that game is bored to you, you won't play any more games. I'm not that weird. I play other games. I am a gamer, okay? Used to be I wasn't a gamer. I was just, you know, a guy who had a system, but then I started doing YouTube, and I became a gamer. So I play a lot of games, and I have fun playing a lot of games. So when you guys see me streaming and stuff like that, I'm not a one game dude. All right. So all that to say this, I know that you guys only, you know, sub for one thing or whatever like that, but you know, when you see me streaming, man, and I'm not doing Sword Online, Fatal Bullet, or any type of anime game or whatever like that, you know, don't harass me in the chat talking about, hey, can you play Sword Online, Fatal Bullet, or, you know, it's okay to ask me questions about those, you know, those things, stuff like that, but realize that whenever I stream, like, I'm a weirdo. You guys are weird, but I'm a weird. We're all weird in our own special ways, right? I'm a weirdo too. When I'm in Apex Legends or Fortnite mode, or we'll just say shooter game mode, I don't want to think about anime games, so I will probably tend to ignore those questions, and I know that is absolutely wrong, because you guys sub to me, you're giving me your time, you come to the stream to ask me questions about such games, so just be patient with me. I'm trying to work on it. I try to get better. I just feel like if I'm playing like a shooter game like Apex Legends, I feel like the chat should be more about, you know, Apex Legends, but then at the same time too, whenever I go to a streamer that I like watching and they're not playing the game that I am, you know, with them for, I tend to ask them questions, or want to ask them questions about the game. Not necessarily, hey, can you play this game, but what do you think about this? What do you think about that? You know, to communicate with them about that game. So if you've come to the stream and I'm playing a different game and you asked about this and you got ignored, I apologize. I'm getting better at it. I'm not a perfect person, but I'm getting better with your help and patience. God damn, this sword is fucking amazing. God damn, this cyclone attack is whooping this Hakai brothers ass right now. God dang. All right, listen, I've talked too much. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you did make it this far into the video, 13 minutes, because I know half of you. Listen, they have a YouTube analytics, right? And they tell you the average view duration for each video. And the average view duration for my videos are like 2 or 3 minutes, bro. So for you cats that be like, yeah, you know, I love your videos and anything like that, y'all don't be watching all the videos, you feel me? That's okay, though. I get it. It's up to me to hold your attention. But if you have made it this far, you've listened to me talk on about how I'm a dumbass, I appreciate you. Listen, if you hear this right now, you are the real one. Yeah, I said it. Them other cats that left at 2 minutes, as soon as they got the information, they're not the real ones. You that are watching the video right now, you're the real one. You're the ones that I call the hashtag loyals. Hashtag loyals. All right. Well, I'm going to get back to Apex Legends now because my party is probably cussing me out right now in the party chat. They're like, man, would you hurry up? We really want to play Apex. I got you, bro. Shut up. I got you. All right. I'll let you see the rest of this battle, though. It's only like maybe like 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left, something like that. See you guys.